Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be tackling this fairly big project. So I picked up this sign from the side of the road. Somebody was throwing it away during garbage day and I thought it looked super cute. I've always wanted to do one of these little signs and I'm pretty much a fan with everything that the person did. I just have a few things I'm going to tweak about it. Also, I'm going to be doing a 2-in-1. So I have this whole back that I'm going to be doing something with. Okay, so that piece of wood is going to be really fun trying to film in this video right now because I'm just showing you guys what kind of stuff I'm trying to do and my little thought process and supplies and everything. I'm not going to be showing that because it's too big. But you guys saw the front where it said Happy Fall, y'all. And that looked great. But I feel like because it sat out, and I'll show a picture of it, but because it sat out, I think in the sun or because it's been a while, it needs a little bit more, I feel like everything needs a little bit more pop to it. So I'm probably going to be touching up with some black paint with the lettering just so it kind of sticks out a little bit more. I might change some of the letters to a different color. I haven't decided that, but I just feel like it needs a lot more excitement. It just seems a little too basic. And then the little leaves that you guys saw, I'm thinking about making them like orange and red and yellow, like the colors of fall, just because I feel like it needs color. And I'm going to be playing around with both sides by having ribbon. So I'm going to show you guys the ribbon here that I've got laid out. It's quite a bit here. So this is a lot of my scrap stuff. I had a bunch of scrap ribbons, so they're already kind of cut. But I've got some that are like Christmassy because I'm going to be doing Christmas. Spoiler alert. Christmas for the other side. So I have a bunch of things here that I'm going to be playing around with. I haven't decided for sure if I'm even going to use this ribbon, but I have it here. Because I was deciding if I'm going to make like a huge bow on the other side. I'm planning for both to do a bow, but we'll see how it goes. And I've even debated having, because it is going to be a 2-in-1 sign, I'm worried about the bows kind of poking out on the other side and sticking up funky. So I've been thinking about adding some Velcro to the bows so I can take the bows off and put them back on for each, holiday or season. So that's something I'm thinking about doing for this. So like I said, I got some like Christmassy stuff here. So I'm not for sure what I'm doing with the Christmas stuff because I haven't done the Christmas side yet and haven't painted it all in, but I'll show you guys what I'm thinking about doing with my little rough sketch. I think this is more of what I'll be using on the fall side because it's already got kind of that, brown going on, and then I felt like this went with the black, and I really love rustic, so this kind of went really well with that. So there may be other things that I might tweak in the process, but that's my thought. So I've got ribbon, and I guess this is like burlap or something. Not even sure where the heck I got this. I have a whole bunch of it, but I think that'll go really good with the fall part. I'm going to show you guys my rough sketch of what I'm thinking about doing for my Christmas part of my sign. Please do not judge my drawing. It is a rough sketch. So I'm going to go more focused on the meaning of Christmas. I kept fighting if I should do like Santa Claus or snowman. I found a whole bunch of ideas on Pinterest. I'll show just a quick little montage of all the different things I saw and were looking at because there were a lot of really cute things. Don't get me wrong. I really wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff, but thinking down the road and having to put this up every year, I really wanted to make sure it matched the Christmas decoration I already have. We have 2 themes of Christmas trees, so I was trying to think about that and making sure it went with everything, and you can't go wrong with the true meaning of Christmas. So you guys are welcome to do gingerbread or, all the different things that I'm showing pictures of right here. But I'm going to be doing just very simple. I had seen someone do Joy to the World, and then I saw where they did like a transition where it was like dark blue and starry and stuff like that, and then there's a silhouette of the nativity scene with Joseph, Mary, and baby Jesus. So I was going to do that as well. And then you saw my Christmas ribbon. So I haven't decided if that even goes with it or if I'm going to go with some more basic. Because I have solid green and solid red that I could try using. So I haven't Haven't committed to anything yet, but this was the rough plan of what I'm coming up with. So definitely sketch out your stuff and figure that all out. While I was looking at a lot of those different signs, I noticed a lot of people did use templates for theirs or stencils. I'm most likely not going to. I will do a little bit where I'll, trace one from online for the manger thing, but I will do freehand with the lettering because I'm usually pretty good with lettering. But you guys are welcome to buy stencil, whatever works for you. Freehand it. That's fine. So for the materials, that aside from the ribbon that I've shown so far, I'm definitely going to be needing some paint. So these are the colors that I could think of right on the top of my head because I was not going to pull out all my paint, but definitely I was going to use black. And I was talking about doing the dark blue and the stars and stuff like that. But then on my fall side, I was talking about doing, touching up with some black, but then coloring in the leaves to be more fall colors. So I got to find all my other colors for that. But I'm not going to focus so much on doing the fall part for this tutorial because it's mostly done and I already told you what I'm doing. I'm going to be using some sandpaper on the back of mine because there's some gashes and just uneven areas. So I would strongly encourage maybe having some sandpaper just so you can smooth down your rough edges and just have a clean surface to work on and work with. I'm also going to have a tablecloth to lay down when I'm painting because I'm sure as you can tell with my table, there was times I did not do that and got paint on my table and I cannot get it off now. But definitely have a tablecloth if you're going to be painting up like I am. And I went ahead and drew out my stencil where I was talking about I was going to do the little nativity scene type thing. And so I went ahead and just traced it off of my computer screen, blew it up to the size that I want it to be. And I know in my little sketch, I didn't show this, but this was a last minute thing because I realized I'm going to have a whole section that was going to be either black or whatever, and I didn't want that. So then I ended up adding this phrase right here to go with the rest of the lyrics to what I was already doing at the top. So I didn't have that before, but once I did the stencil, this is what I came up with. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be using the Velcro, but if you're planning on putting other things, you could do hot glue and hot glue stuff on, or hot glue your ribbon. I just am worried about mine because I'm not planning on doing very small ribbons, so I'm worried that they might be sticking out on the other side because it is going to be a 2-in-1. So just have that just in case. And a pair of scissors too. So make sure you have your pair of scissors. And the measurements for the wood, because I just picked this up on the side of the road, I don't know what kind of wood it actually is, but I will give you guys the measurements here in the video. You'll have the measurements of what the wood is, the sizing and all that. I'm sure you can find that at any hardware store. Easy stuff. Or if you are like me and just always have scrap wood lying around, because you don't necessarily have to make it huge. You could do smaller versions of a wood sign. So there's no limits to this. I'm doing something that's extremely big. So bear with me. I'm trying to film this because it is way too big for my table and the setup that I have right now. So I'm going to try my best to show this step by step of my process. So bear with me. I think because this is such a big project, I'm just going to do a speed process of everything that I kind of just talked about, and I'm sure there'll be some things that are tweaked as I go. So that's how I am, though. I constantly am changing what I'm doing halfway through my process, but hopefully this inspired you guys, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have done with yours.